everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. Want to talk today about a favorite tree of mine. It's called the black gum tree. Some people might know it as the pepperidge tree. This is a tree that I actually grew this tree from a seed. It's a very hard tree to transplant when it's young. It has a long tap root, so that it made more sense for me to grow it from a seed. I will in another video later on, and I'll come back and put the link on this video. But I'll go over with you about how to possibly plant trees and different plants from seeds. But this one's probably about 6 years old. It's a slow growing tree, relatively speaking. It's in really good conditions. It can kind of grow what you would call like a moderately paced tree, 1 to 2 feet per year, maybe even as much as 3 feet. You get a shot at the top, Tristan, kind of give me an idea how tall it goes. It's probably a good, maybe close to 20 feet already. So I'd say this one's growing about at a moderate pace. As you can see, it's got a unique trunk in that it's got kind of a swollen base, and then it goes up to the top. This tree can be found, there's variations of it. There's one that's like a swamp, they call like a swamp black gum. And then there's one that's a black gum. But of course the swamp, there's some really interesting things about this tree. The early settlers, when they came here, they referred to it as the nymph of the woods, okay? And that means it was a thing of beauty. It had a thing of grace. It was graceful in the way it was seen to be growing in forested areas. It's got this. The branches on it are almost completely lateral, which they grow straight out, 90-degree angles, which is unique. And then, as you can see, it kind of droops down towards the end. A couple of things that are really good about this tree, especially where I live in eastern North Carolina. We get a lot of hurricanes here. We get a lot of storms. This tree will not put out its leaves early in the season. It's going to be one of the last trees in the spring to put out leaves. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means in the area I have it in my backyard, all this grass, all this stuff down here is going to get more sun than other areas that are planted underneath, like your oak trees and your maple trees. They're going to get their leaves a lot sooner. So with this tree here, it's going to allow everything growing underneath of it to get more sunlight for an extended amount of time. It's also going to be one of the first trees to turn its fall colors. As you can see, it's just almost August, and you're already starting to see fall colors on here. We got red, orange looking leaves on here. Now, what's the significance of that? Well, we're approaching hurricane season, and this is when things get dicey around here. If a tree has lost its leaves already, well, it stands a pretty good chance to survive hurricanes. A tree takes a big beating from strong winds with all its leaves on its branches. You're not going to see that with this tree. When hurricane season is at its height, around here, which is September, towards the middle of September, it's already lost most of its leaves. And again, allowing as the seasons moderate, again allowing more sunlight to come in and be around in the area underneath of it. So that's something to think about. Now I cannot skip talking about wildlife value with this type of tree, with a black gum tree, because it's got excellent wildlife value. First of all, it's going to flower in spring, and it's going to be a big pollinator for bees, which we all know is important nowadays. Bees need all the help they can get. So you're going to have you ever heard it say as sweet as Tupelo honey? Well, this is a Tupelo tree, a type of Tupelo tree. A gum tree is a type of Tupelo tree. Okay, so there's a reason they say that, because bees that use this type of tree, that get this type of pollination, make some really good honey, good quality honey. Another thing, as far as wildlife value goes, you'll see after it's pollinated, later in the summer, you'll start to see little black fruits on this tree. Okay, these black fruits are not necessary. They're not tasty for us. They're not good. We're not going to like them. Okay, but squirrels, birds, rabbits, any kind of wildlife you can think of will love the fruit that comes on this tree. Reason being, it has a very high lipid concentration, fats, and as wintertime's rolling in, wildlife needs fat. They need a fat. I will always mention too, it's going to have nice fall colors. You can already see the fall colors on here starting to show. It's going to be one of the first, and it's a consistent fall coloring tree. A lot of trees, they'll go from one year to the next, they won't have good fall colors. Black gum trees have consistent fall colors just about every year. It's a long-lived tree. We're talking centuries. We're talking a tree that can live almost 500 years. Okay, that's something to think about. It's a tree that over time will possibly get cavities in it, because these branches, as the tree ages, some of the lower branches may break out of it. You get cavities in it, and that brings in makes excellent nesting spots for birds and things like that. But that's it for today. Please remember to like and subscribe to my page. Really need to get those subscribers up. So if you like these videos, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share to your friends if they're interested in nature, if they're interested in plants and wildlife. I hope you all are staying safe, and until next time, have a great day.